All right, so it looked like justice has prevailed. If you guys missed it, Stefon Diggs, he was found not guilty. This lady, the private chef, came out and she pretty much made a fool of herself. She was trying to cry. She couldn't find any tears to cry. She told other people she was going to run to the blogs to ruin this man's career. This is a career that he built on his own with his own talent. And she wanted to end it all because he didn't invite her to a trip because she was jealous of other girls. I mean, I just don't know. It's so much going on, but we do have Tamala here. How you doing, Tamala?
I'm doing great, Gigi, and you?
I'm doing pretty well. So what are your thoughts? Are you surprised about the verdict that he was found not guilty?
No, Gigi, I'm not surprised. But one thing I can say, I pray that Stefan take this as a warning from God that he needs to get his life in order because everything that this young lady said on the stand, it wasn't about him choking her or or the smack. It was mainly about the women and everything that he was doing in the household with different women and the financial part. She was just trying to expose him and what he's doing. So he needs to take this as a warning from God. If he's a praying man, he needs to take that as a warning and stop what he's doing because this was just, you could see what it was. It was a whole mockery, the whole situation. Even with the prosecutor, they knew they didn't have enough evidence to take that. No photos, no nothing. Okay. No bruises, no nothing. In his friend now, Shaw Charles' car. Okay. You flew out to his friends, his hairdresser. That's a red flag right there. You wanted to be in the scene and he kept you out of the scene. So you contact Shaw and act like, oh, I'm going to change my ticket and yeah, because she offered you to come there. You stayed there a whole week. Okay. Then you go back to his place now where he told you you no longer work and have birthday gifts for him. It was all a red flag. This lady was in love with him. She's obsessed with this young man. And I don't think this will be the end of him and her because this woman is truly obsessed. She really is. She thought she was the prize and realized she wasn't the prize. And this is crazy. Everything that she said on the stand, she didn't even know her own job description. She started talking about she was a psychology. But if you're dealing with people's mentality, then you should know. You automatically should know. You have a phone nearby you. When he choked you, you are on the bed. You say reading a cookbook. Who reads a cookbook nowadays?
Well, tell
That
me
was
this, Tamala. Why are women lying like this? Why do they want to ruin this man's career? And why, allegedly, after she got hit, why didn't she want to leave this man? Why did she want to stay sticking around? Why was she gifting him afterwards? Why was she going to the hairstylist? Why was she partying with the hairstylist? Why afterwards she wanted to ruin him versus just staying away from him?
She wanted to ruin him because she had hate for him, knowing that he didn't change the way he was for her. She wanted him to herself. A lot of women are like that. They really know, hey, I'm just a jump off. But instead, they want to take a jump off in their psychotic mind and think a jump off is, oh, he's ready to marry me. He's ready to get me the business. He's ready to do this.
But
That's
how
not what it
old
is when
was
you.
this lady? This lady was like
She's in
twice
her
his
40s. No,
age.
she's in her 40s, maybe 50, early
She
50.
looks
But
twice his age. You know, I was being sarcastic.
Right.
So yeah, come on, she's out of her rockers if she thinks that they're going to get married. And why would she want that type of man? I mean, he begged you really quickly. He laid you on your back quick. So why would you even want that type of man to begin with? That doesn't make sense. And you laid up with this man for 4 years and you saw him run through women and you still was into him. That doesn't make sense at all either. And then
So
how could you really feel good about yourself knowing that you're getting paid $2,000 not to do anything? Like you're not cooking, like you're faking fucking snacks. Like, don't you want to do something with your life? And she keeps on talking about this business. What business? What business? And if you're getting $2,000 a week, you can create your own business. You can do it yourself. Isn't you a psychologist? Didn't you go to college? Don't you have an educated college degree? Come on, within the first 3 to 4 months, you could have saved that money, invested in a business, and use your brains to make something of yourself. But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to live off of him. That's what
yes,
you wanted to do. You didn't want to make anything of yourself. You wanted to live off this man. And when things didn't go the way you wanted to, you wanted him to destroy him. And that just goes how evil she is.
yes. And she wanted, and she kept claiming that she was Carly B's friend. She was not Carly B's friend. Oh, we had matching outfits. We were, no, you wanted to go, but he didn't want you to go. He knew that you was obsessed with him. So he took Lindsay instead. And that's what she's mad about. She's mad with the young lady, Lindsay. And that was what it was all about. And that's what it was, jealousy. She was jealous. She was jealous, and she was jealous of the relationship he had with Carly B. She wanted to go and see everything that him and Carly B was doing. She wanted to keep an eye on what she called her man, but he didn't want that. He didn't want that. She tried to drive a wedge between him and Cardi B, and it didn't work. So now she's trying to make it seem like he was messing with the hairdresser, Cardi B's friend, the hairdresser, that does her and her children hair, just all kinds of stuff that this woman, she was also trying to make it seem like, oh, he has a stable of women and he pays them for sex. She was also, that's why I said he needs to watch himself. He needs to watch himself
But
because,
why
see,
would you put that? That you are so effing wrong to do that. You know his reputation matters with his effing career. You don't have shit to fall on. You don't have anything. And for you to try to ruin this individual, that is so effing wrong.
yeah, it was wrong, Gigi, but she wants to sabotage him. You heard what Shaw Charles said. She said she was going to get even, more or less get even with him and ruin him. That's what she tried to do. But nobody was in agreement with that because guess what? You was in this lady's car and you was going along bopping. Then you go to her house and you up there dancing and you said your neck. You told the police, oh, I can't hardly move my neck, or I couldn't swallow. You told the police all these lies. You should be held for perjury because those was lies that you told. There was no truth
And
to anything that she
another
said.
thing, I think this lady is full of shit. I think she's full of crap. I think she's a fraud because no way I'm going to jeopardize my reputation because I want other jobs. So why would I sabotage working with one person knowing that it will ruin my reputation of working for other people? I still want to work, right? I still like what I do. So that whole job, her living a shelf and doing that is all bullshit. I call
But
bullcrap.
Gigi, see, she didn't care about, she didn't look to, she didn't think about what's going to happen if I don't win the case. She thought she was going to win 5.5 million when she said he offered her 100,000. Okay, you should have took that and run with it if you thought that. But he only, you also said he owed you 19,000. So where did you get that you deserve 5.5 million? See, she hired the attorney, and the attorney was only working for her to get that money. That's what the thing. And they knew that. His attorney knew that. His attorney knew that. That's why they stated that in the court case. And then the other young ladies had the video of her dancing. like it was nothing. She was the only one laughing. If you look at the video of her dancing, nobody is clowning but her.
Yes, she's laughing and laughing because she's thinking about how much money she's going to get by suing him and how she's going to set it up. And I just think that women like her is a very disgrace and it makes other real victims look bad. And I think she definitely should be ashamed of herself because she's a representation of black women. Is she black or is she Latino? Hell, she's a representation of people of color. And for her to get her line ass up there to say, that he did this to me and my whole body, I couldn't even get up, I couldn't move, my neck was this and my neck was that, and she's lying to the cops, and the next day she's over here dancing, totally moving, like she's such a effing liar. And just for greed, all of this is for money, the love of money.
Yes, yes, it was, Gigi. And it's sad. It's sad. But I'm like I said, Stefan needs to watch herself. Because if she's trying to label like he's buying and housing women for sexual purposes for money, that can be a charge. Okay. So that's why I'm saying that he needs to watch himself. Because see, and get somewhere and sit down and stick with one woman, because this right here, it's not looking too good. If they want to start trying to dig and make it worse than what it is. You see what I'm saying? She put a lot of things out there that wasn't even pertaining to what she was going to court for. And they were letting her say this, and you can tell she was getting angry because the judge was telling her, no, we don't want to hear your point of view. We want to hear exactly what happened. See, and she wanted to let all his business out. No, if I was anybody, I wouldn't hire her. She's a
No,
train wreck, a liability.
she wanted to be on Tasha K show. That's the show she needed to be on.
Well, it didn't work. She's a liability. She's a liability and a train wreck, ready, waiting to happen. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not over. This is not over with her. She is so obsessed with that man to the point where you went to his house, tried to use the old code, but he changed his room code. You was trying to get in his room, but he slapped you. He choked you. He choked you so bad that you urinated on yourself and it made your menstrual come down. Okay, you mean to tell me, come on now. And I didn't take no pictures? No, I think from now on, people targeting celebrities, I think that they should start doing the same thing Carly B do. Slap them back with them suits.
Of
Because that'll
course,
keep them
they
from stop
have
doing that.
to. They have to. If celebrities do not stand up for themselves, they will forever be a target. They have to stand up for themselves. They have to fight back because everybody looks at celebrity as a easy target, a easy get money scheme. So they have to fight back. It's no question. You're gonna have to. It's a new
And
day.
yes, and just like smile ghosting, you said, and I was very confused as well, ma'am, when when she said he slapped her with the right hand on the right cheek. Come on now, that didn't make sense either.
Hmm.
So
Well,
it's just that, like I said, she put a lot of his personal business out there. She trying to wreck his situation with Carly B. Whatever their situation is, Carly is a grown woman. She has to decide what she wants to do, regardless of the fact. But at the end of the day, this woman was never credible. This shouldn't have never went to court. To me, it was a waste of taxpayers' money. But thanks God that the judge and the jurors saw through this masquerade party and put it to an end real quick.
yeah. And you guys, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe so we can continue to grow. So I do have some other videos we can react to. So let's play this. And Tamala, please interrupt anytime, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may sit or stand.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please state your name for the record and spell your first and your last name?
My name is Shai Charles. It's spelled Xiacharles.
What do you do for a living, ma'am?
I own a hair salon and I braid hair, natural hair.
And where do you live?
I live in Brooklyn, New York.
You said you own a salon. Do you have an actual physical location?
Yeah, I
And
do.
is that down in the New York City area as well?
Yes, it's in Crown Heights.
How many clients do you have roughly?
Too many to count. I have lots of clients.
Okay. Is one of them Stefon Diggs?
Yes, it is.
How do you know Mr. Diggs?
I started doing his hair when he played for the Buffalo Bills.
Do you know how many years ago that was?
I'm not good with dates, but whenever he last played for the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you actually do Mr. Diggs's hair, how long does that process actually take?
I'd estimate probably about 3 to 5 hours, anywhere between that. Yeah.
And where have you done Mr. Diggs's hair?
At
3 to 5 hours to braid some hair. Well, I guess is she washing and all that? I would think the max is 2 hours, but okay.
his house. He travels a lot for work, so wherever he needs me to do his hair, I go.
Is that true of other clients you have as well?
Yeah.
Have you been inside Mr. Diggs's house in Dedham?
Yes, I have.
All right. Do you know when he lived there?
I don't know when he occupied the space, but I can tell you the first time I went there to do his hair.
When was that?
It was when the season started with the Patriots, probably about July, September, around that time last year.
So that'd be 2025?
Yeah.
Okay. And had you been in Mr. Diggs's and other clients' house to do their hair previously?
Yeah, I have lots of celebrity clients, and obviously they wouldn't want to come to the salon, so I go to them. So wherever they're at, I go meet them there, whether it's a hotel, their house, wherever.
All right. So it sounds like September or July, fall of last year was the first time you were in Mr. Diggs's home in Dedham, but not the first time previously.
Yeah, first time in Denham, but not like elsewhere at his house. Wherever he lived before that, I would go.
Got it. And having done that, did you meet some of the people who were normally around?
Yes.
Do you know a person named Sonny?
Yes.
Who's that?
His assistant.
Did you meet any other family members of Mr. Diggs?
Yeah. Everybody that's in the house, his brothers, his mom, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet a person named Mila Adams?
Yes, I have.
Who's that?
It was his chef at the time when I met her.
And so when did you meet Mila Adams?
At the same time, I went to the house for the first time, so like around July, September, whenever the season started with the Patriots.
Of last year?
Yeah.
Did you meet at the house?
Yeah.
And how much time were you at the house kind of the first time you met Miss Adams?
Probably like less than 24 hours or around that time, because I know I had a client the following day. So I just had to come do his hair. But that was late in the evening, and so I had to leave the following day. Yeah.
Okay. And so you met Miss Adams at that point, but did you speak to her?
I did, because I had to go to Walgreens to get some products. And so I asked anybody in the house if they needed anything, and Mila said she needed a sponge, a makeup sponge. And so I got her the sponge. When I came back to the house, she asked me how much money it was, and I told her it was okay. And that's the first interaction we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other further interaction with Miss Adams after that kind of initial 24-hour stay?
Yeah, when I came back to the house.
When was that?
I can't give you an exact date, but I could like estimate. So probably within 2 weeks, because he'll do his hair like every 2 to 3 weeks.
So about 2, maybe 3 weeks later?
Yeah.
You went back to the house in Dedham?
Yeah.
Was Miss Adams at the house in Dedham at that point?
Yeah.
And so did you speak more to her when you went back the second time?
Yeah. So can we go back? Because even after, because I don't
No, I'm
know.
sorry. Just
Okay.
I apologize,
Yeah.
Mr. Charles. But
Yeah.
did you speak to Miss Adams again that second time you
Yeah,
went back
I
to
did.
the house?
We spoke more. Yeah.
All right. How much time did you spend with her that second time?
More time, or like a longer time, because we were talking about food, and she wanted to come to New York to start her restaurant, and I'm a business owner, and we connected on the fact that she was a business owner, and I have like a big social media following, and I told her that she needs to do content, and I wanted to help her with her content so she could start her business. So we connected on that.
Did you end up helping her
Yeah.
with content?
Yeah.
Did you two stay in touch?
Yeah.
How long were you around at the house in Dedham that second time?
I can't tell you how long, honestly. I would stay longer if it had a game and we'd go to the game together. But for however, because most times she'll be like the only female there and Sunny will come and go. And so I spent more time with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of following that time you spent together where you said you connected over being business owners,
Yeah.
did you two remain in contact?
Yeah.
And how did you do that?
We'll text, we'll send Instagram reels, we'll FaceTime.
So you guys exchange phone numbers?
Yeah.
How much did you talk, you think, in the following weeks and months that fall?
A lot, because a lot. We talk about business, we'll gossip, we girls, so yeah.
Did you ever spend more time together in person with Miss Adams?
Yeah, I took her back to my country. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, so I took her to Tobago. She spent time with my family, with my grandmother. Yeah, I actually bought her ticket to go to Tobago. So yeah.
When was that?
This was probably around Thanksgiving time.
End of November then?
She making $2,000 and she can't afford her own damn ticket. What's going on? Or she just like to scheme off other people?
There you go. He's a con artist.
Whatever Thanksgiving was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Following that trip, do you remember where you went after that?
I came back to New York. We came back on the same flight. I came back to New York and she went to Boston.
Okay. Do you remember where you were on December 2nd?
Yeah, actually. I was in Target, like late evening.
What were you doing in Target?
I was shopping for ingredients because I was spending too much money on Ubers. So I was buying ingredients to cook, like groceries.
You're buying groceries at Target?
Yeah.
What were you cooking?
So I wanted to make this like Cajun pasta with shrimp and like sausage. Mila had made it at the house and it was healthy. And so I wanted to cook that because I didn't want to buy Uber Eats. I didn't want to spend money on Uber Eats. And I just wanted to be healthier and cook. And so I wanted to make it like her. So I was going through the aisles and like picking up stuff and calling Mila or message. Like I texted her a picture and asked her if it was this one, but she wasn't responding quick enough. So I FaceTime her.
All right. So let me break that down there for a minute. You're in Target. You're trying to purchase ingredients for a dinner that you had seen Mila cook.
Yeah.
You said at the house. Is that at the Dedham house?
Yeah.
Right. Did you say you were looking for what was the ingredient you were looking for?
Like shrimp, but so she makes matcha as well. So I was trying to find out like what matcha to get. That specific one from tea dealers. Shrimp, pasta, sausage, everything like that.
So you just said a moment ago that as you were trying to find ingredients, you started by taking a picture and sending it to Mila.
Yeah.
Do you remember what time that was at?
It was before 6 p.m. for sure, because I remember leaving my cart in Target to go pick up some dry cleaning for my boyfriend because I had to get it before it closed. So I actually left Target and came back to Target. So it was before 6 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about a specific time? Do you remember exact times?
So the dry cleaners was in Brownsville, Target was at Gateway. So I got there probably minutes to 6. So probably like the end, like ending at 4 or 5 p.m. somewhere there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned a text message or a photograph of an ingredient you sent.
Yeah.
Was there any record of that?
Yeah, I took a picture and sent it to her.
All right. Would that have had the actual time?
Yeah, and
on
location.
The message?
Yeah.
Do you think taking a look at a record might refresh your recollection of what time
Yeah.
you sent that photograph? Did you say yes?
Yes.
I may approach her.
Yes.
But I'm going to ask you to do this, Charles.
Yeah.
Just take a look at that photograph. Okay. And I want you to look at that.
Yeah.
And after you've reviewed it, take a look up.
Yeah.
Having looked at that, does that refresh your recollection on what time
Yeah.
you actually began communicating with Miss Adams when you were in the Target?
Yes.
And what time was that?
It says 4:38 on the picture.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that consistent with your recollection of when you reached out to Miss Adams?
Yeah.
Now you said you.
All right, y'all. Let's get the likes up. So far, what are your thoughts, Tamala?
My thoughts is that I'm gonna be honest with you. Mila was trying to gain access to all his friends. She wanted to be in the limelight, you can see, and he never put her in the limelight. And also, when this young lady said she was helping her with content, you say you are a major chef, okay, professional chef.
With
You should have your own-
wait. With so many connections already.
right?
Remember, she was getting paid $10,000 a week before him.
And going overseas as well,
And
okay.
remember, she's so smart, right?
That's what I'm saying, Gigi. It doesn't add
She
up.
got
Nothing
so many connections. So many
right.
connections.
She didn't have no connections, Gigi, because if you go on her IG, you don't like most chefs or most ladies who cook a lot of meals. They got their meals on their, on their page and stuff. She don't have none of that. She don't even have no celebrities that she cooked for. I didn't even see nothing about Stefon on her that she cooked for other than this case going on. She really did. That's why I said it was just so weird. It's bizarre. She's so obsessed with this man. Yeah, they had a jump off in and off situation, but it wasn't a relationship. In her mind, she called it a relationship. Then, if you heard her on the stand, she stated, "Oh, I wasn't like the other ones in his circus that were in love with him." But then she said, "Oh, someone I love slapped me and choked me." Okay, but you just sit up there and say you wasn't in love with him. So how can it be someone you love? This lady is a con artist. She went around all the people he knew. You didn't know this lady Shard that good, but you went on a trip to Trinidad with her. It's like she tried to get into anywhere she could fit in where she know he was the circle. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In his
so
circle.
so she can gather more intel and spread it like a poison.
Right. And that's what she did with this Shaw Charles girl. Do I think that he slept with the braider? I really don't think so. Cause she don't give that type of I'm that type of go
Who
girl.
said that they slept together?
No, but you can tell she was implying the what's her name, Mila. You could tell Mila was implying that all these women he hired, this is what he was doing. Because that's what she kept saying, different things. And then he kept, if you listen what the prosecutor was doing, he was bringing up, oh, okay, well, how much he had to pay you for this? And how much did you get paid for that? That's what he asked the other hairdresser. But then he asked the masseuse that. Why do you have to ask them about the income? Because everybody know sometimes they give a little extra than they normally should, but they just trying to help because they rich, they got money, so they're trying to be generous. But at the end of the day, she's not. No, she putting it out there like he's buying these people, and he's buying a lot of them, the women, for that purposes, which, like I said, doesn't look good for Stefon if he don't get himself in act. You know, they always say, your parents always say, and grandmothers too, there's a warning before destruction. So this was a part of his warning. So he should take heed to this. Because for real, she was out to ruin him permanently. You know, New England dropped him. You know, they didn't want the bad publicity. They didn't want none of this. So they made him a free agent. So come on now. She tried to really ruin him and his businesses and everything that she got going on. I shouldn't have to help you. Just like Miss Charles said, she helped her with the content. Why should I have to help you with the content when you know a lot of professionals, you say?
Yeah.
And nobody else helped you? But all of a sudden you get in Stefon's house, then you felt like he owed you money. But when when the finance lady came to help with the finance, she sit there and said, we overpaid her. I went back over the receipts. She said, then I had to call her and ask her for the invoice, and she didn't send the invoice. So I had to call her again and tell her send the invoice over. Once I checked everything, I realized we overpaid her. She knew all this. That's why I said it was just it was to put that man's business out there. That's all this case was. Because the prosecutor didn't have no case. And if I was Stefon Diggs, I would sue the state. Come on now. I'm serious. I would sue them because they had no real evidence. They had no pictures, no bruises, all this stuff that she said she had. Come on now. You mean to tell me you wait several days later to go and do the report? If somebody did me like that, whether I loved them or cared about them or not, Gigi, I'm going straight to the law. You got that. We gonna sell this one way or the other.
Yeah.
He
Well,
choked you.
if somebody slapped and choked me, and that was my first time, I'd just leave. I wouldn't want anything to do with you. Would I go to the law? I probably would not go to the law. I would just want to leave this person alone and be like, you're never going to get access to me ever. Now, if
I
it's
would
an
go to the law
open,
if he.
yeah, but that's
If
you. If it's
But
an
I'm saying,
open
Gigi, the
scar,
way she
then
said he choked her to the point where you urinated on yourself. Come on
well,
now.
I
Did
don't
he choke her
believe
till you
that.
brought right? But I'm saying choked until your minister came on. So he almost was about to pop your neck. This is a man who takes 350 pounds or more, knocking him down. Okay, and he knocking them down. And you mean to tell me he was choking you like that? And you had no bruises, you had nothing. I'm telling you, this was what you call a declamation of character, and she should be held responsible. And I don't care what Stefon does, but if I was him, I would sue the state, and I will also hit her because she will be working for me, even though I don't want to see her butt. But she will be working for me because at the end of the day, she was dead wrong. She was sabotaging this man. All that's all it was, is to put his business out there. That's all it was.
Mm. Keep on
And he needs
throwing
to
it
sue
down.
her.
Y'all, let's get the likes up. We can do so much better. We got Tamala here. She's a special guest. Can you please show us some love by liking this video? If you guys liking this dialogue. And I would love for you guys to put insight too. Comment. Let us read your comments. So go ahead, Tamala.
Yes, and Gigi, I just hope he take heed to this. I really do. Because if he don't take heed to this, we will see this man life being destroyed. Because I'm telling you, he's gonna have to stand up and do the same thing Cardi B do with these people. Because you have to do not take the brakes off of them. You got to put on the gas fast with them, and do not let them think that they can just take your hard-earned money. Because one thing I respect about Cardi B, she is not gonna let nobody take her hard-earned money. We all know where she came from. She got it from the mud. Okay? She got it the real way from the mud. And she keeps it real. So she stopped letting people run over her. And that's what he's going to have to do. Because if not, it will be more cases like this that he gets to fight. Yeah. And another thing, if you're a sex addict, he needs to go get some therapy, some real therapy, so he can have that problem under control and just be focused on one person and one person alone. Because by him focusing on all these many women, anybody can come out and say anything about this man. Anybody. And they're going to run with it. So he's got to stop that. He's got to stop that. He's got to keep his whacker in his pants. He's got too many kids as it is. Okay? So he needs to keep that thing in his pants. Maybe this will teach him a lesson. Because at the end of the day, that woman was pure jealousy. And it's pure. It reminds me of that movie. You know that movie with Beyonce and what's his name? Elba. But it reminds me of that. How that woman was stalking him. How she was doing all that. That's who it reminds me of with her. It reminds me of so many different other cases where it ended bad. Even the Selena case. Because you made yourself act like you were Cardi B's friend. Oh, me and Cardi B was going to dress alike. That is weird energy.
Yeah.
That is very weird energy.
Why don't you just sit back and just stay in your lane? Like if I was her, I would just be focused on my business. Okay, y'all going on a trip. Okay, good. I can focus. I can come up with a business plan. I can write me my own cookbook that I'm going to sell. I can focus on myself. I don't need to be going on a trip with you and your girlfriend. I don't think that's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. It is ridiculous because why would you want to go? But that's why he didn't take her. And that's what she was mad about because he was taking Lindsay. Everything was about that girl, Lindsay. He was mad. And then she said, oh, the lawyer and was asking, oh, was you the one was you causing friction in the house among the other workers? Yes, she was. She was texting their business. Just like Sha said, Charles said, okay, she was texting us and you was girl talk. So you think she wasn't telling what he was doing in his household? And it wasn't getting back to him from the very person, the people that she thought she could trust?
Mm-hmm.
It was getting back to him. That's why he questioned her. Are you telling my business?
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Yes, she was doing that. And that was wrong. That was wrong. But since he didn't make her sign no contract, he wasn't able to do much about that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When he should have made her sign the contract. And then you mean to tell me he gave you 2,000? You got 8,000 a month. You couldn't get your own place when you left his place when he asked you to leave? You go stay with people that he know.
That's awkward.
Right. Weird energy again. Weird. It's weird. And the other young lady, what her name is, Taja, or whatever her name is, you could tell she didn't like the energy. You could tell. She was just, trying to be nice because that's their custom to be nice. They're foreigners pretty much. So that's their custom to be nice. So she didn't really like it because the whole time she was dancing and clowning, no one was laughing on the video but her. She thought everything was funny. Throwing at Nate that was supposed to be injured, couldn't swallow, but was able to eat chicken wings. That's why I said, if this wasn't a psycho in the making of obsession, come on now. This is one of Tubi's movie gone wrong.
All right.
Check
So
the
let's
check the comments, Gigi. You got some people in the comments have some things they're saying.
making herself look like a fool.
Yes,
Not only did
absolutely.
she make herself, she made black women. Is she black, Tamala? I keep asking you, is she black or Hispanic?
I think she black, Gigi. I don't think it. If she do have anything that's is Hispanic, I think it's lightly, but she don't talk like the rest of the Hispanics that came on the stand.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she make black women look bad.
Yes, she
Hmm.
made all women look bad, pretty much.
Yeah. But you know they're gonna put black women in their own little category, honey. That's why I say
Yeah.
that. So I want you to listen to this lady and tell me what you think about her commentary on it. Let me put her up here.
Morning, YouTube, y'all. We just got done talking about the liar Meg the Stallion, and now we have another wicked gal to talk about. Them gal, yeah? Wicked, them wicked, them wicked. This popped up on my timeline. Ex-chef caught in a lie under oath. So apparently, Stefon Diggs is going over court, like some allegations of assault or something. Y'all, you would know better than me. But this has been flooding my Instagram timeline, and I'm like, what? We need to watch it together to expose just how wicked and evil these women are. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Got paid for it, right?
This is missing a whole lot of stuff.
The yes or no question.
I can't answer your question correctly
You get
without
paid or
the
not?
proper evidence.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Every morning, 15 minutes.
There they go with that commercial, honey. Ooh. What are your thoughts so far about this YouTuber?
I've never heard of her before, Gigi. I've never watched her before. But I'm getting ready to say this. If you keep on watching the video, you'll see how argumentative she was. So
All
if
right, I'm
I'm
about
in
to
here,
play it. I'm about to play it.
okay, go ahead.
Do you recognize this document as text exchanges between you and Sunny?
Yes,
Dated December 9, 2025,
yes,
and you're the person in the bubbles on the left?
yes.
And you write to Sunny, hey, so I looked over my transfers, payment history, and they sent payments, 11/7 and 11/21, totaling $4,000. See that?
Yes.
So you knew that you had actually been paid for 2 of those 3 weeks that you tried to get paid for again, right?
What's your name? I never got your name.
What her name?
Did you know
I
that
don't
you
know.
had
I was trying to address you by your name because
Answer the question.
I'm not this. I don't know. I can't answer that question correctly.
You knew on December 9th that you had been paid for 2 of the 3 weeks you said you hadn't been paid for, didn't you?
Oh my God.
I don't understand the question.
You just acknowledged you wrote it to Sunny.
I was supposed to be paid for the week I was sent home. So
Okay.
I sent the incorrect amount because
Hold on. She supposed to get paid for the week she left. Bitch, you ain't do no work. I'm so lost
Listen,
with her.
Gigi, they didn't owe her anything. She fabricated it all. That's why she didn't want to answer the lady. She talking about, what's your name? What's your name? The lady was like, no, answer the question. I would have told her the same thing. She's a bald-faced liar. Keep listening. You get ready to hear more than just that.
When I tell you guys,
Man, this is some
the caption under
bullshit.
this said, trending, former Patriots WR Stefon Diggs appeared in court today facing accusation from his former chef. Listen to how she's confronted by his lawyers with receipts. And here how she was if and butting. Y'all, Mamate said, y'all gotta be careful. This is why it's important to record, and document because them women are wicked and evil and lie. Like Meg Thee Stallion, let's see the comment section under this. Someone said, that's it. That's all I needed. Digs back to the parts. What's your name is crazy. Exactly. Why she need her name? It's a yes or no question. Why you need her name? Like trying to deflect, trying to move the goalposts as they always do. Are we surprised? Is this something new?
No.
This is why I said point and laugh. And men said she can't even lie right. Exactly. Why are we not surprised? I just said that. Somebody said, girl, why is she asking for her name? Another comment said this is a prime.
And what is that difference?
I deleted bet and pussy, and I'm ruining that bitch life. Not mistaken.
Ooh, ruin that bitch life. You're not eating, are you, Tamala? Are you done eating?
Gigi, she also called him a punk.
Okay,
She
wait.
deleted what-
Let's finish eating because I hear that stuff in your mouth.
Gigi, what stuff?
Oh, I heard something in your mouth when you was talking.
Girl, I was drinking some juice.
You was doing something in that mouth. Okay, go ahead.
Gigi, she sit there and said she called him a punk. She was deleting things. Why would, if you have so much evidence against this man, why would you delete information?
Yeah, be honest. Stop lying. Don't delete stuff. Be you. Let us see everything. Why would you delete it if you are an honest person and someone really did wrong and you know whatever their actions did, you know, you didn't do anything to provoke, you know, you're so innocent. Well, let us see it. I mean, she is a liar. She's a manipulator. She makes Black women look bad. And she needs to be set some consequences. I mean, this needs to change. Go ahead.
Yes, but Gigi, I'm gonna say this: that you know, if she would know, nowadays you cannot delete a text message. It's on your hard drive. It can be recovered. So that was dumb. You know, to be deleting all the text messages and you talking about you
thought
telling
she
the
was
truth?
so smart. I thought she's college educated and she get paid $10,000 a week.
Girl, bye. Shit, girl is not no college educated. Maybe high school, but not college, baby. She got to show me her real credentials because I don't believe nothing she actually says. I'm telling you, have you ever been on her Instagram page? Nothing is exciting on there. It's everybody else's stuff. Keep going. You can ready to see more than that, hear more than that. Keep going, honey.
You guys, if you guys enjoy our commentary on this, please make sure you guys like and support us here.
Yeah.
And why did you delete those phrases when you provided those text messages to the Denver police?
Because
is that a yawn?
when I was abused in my previous relationship, when I would say things,
Ain't nobody asked you about your goddamn previous relationship. If you still got trauma, go get healed. Go get some therapy. And stop hopping in football players' bedroom. You shouldn't have been hopping in nobody's bedroom. You should have been hopping to the nearest therapist.
She is a therapist. Now, ain't that a laugh? She is a therapist. Weirdo energy.
he would.
The objection is sustained. There's no question there. Again, the jurors will disregard it. Sidebar.
What her previous relationship got to do with anything? Oh, no, she want to cry. What I tell y'all?
But no tears coming out.
The waterworks come when they're caught in a lie. Okay, the waterworks come when you present them with facts, data, statistics, the if and but they lie, they try to shame. Kevin Samuels will say shame, insult, guilt. And when none of that don't work, they just start a ball and say you're bashing us. They try to play the victim card. Listen. Let's see the comment section under this. Say, fellows, hell has no fury than a woman's scorn. Exactly. She found out that he was sleeping with her other co-worker also and that she was wrong. She thought if she cooked and cleaned for him, plus give him a little bit of side booty, she would be his main. So she went for a revenge, but her case is falling apart rapidly. Okay. So we're getting some backstory. Somebody said he needs to sue the police department for charging him without investigating. Let's see comments under this, right? Because I'm wondering how this even
Totally
made it.
agree with her there.
Well, an officer cannot.
Go ahead, knock it down. Knock it
I
down.
said I totally agree with that her there because
Why?
I would sue the police. I would sue them. I would sue the police department and the prosecutor because there was no physical evidence. There was nothing at all but hearsay. Hearsay. You mean to tell me you got me in a court of law over hearsay? You ruining my life over hearsay?
Yeah,
That
and
this
time you
woman that is
can't get
upset
back.
with me?
Time you can't get back. Reputation you can't get back. This
Right.
is
And
wrong.
that's because she was obsessed with him. So therefore, he needs to do something. And if he don't do nothing, he'll be the laughing stock of humanity.
Yeah. It's so sad. It is so sad.
Yes, keep going. You ain't heard nothing yet, honey.
Deny anyone's right to sign a complaint against another individual. Usually, for the most part, it's a summons that the person will receive their charge and dispute it in court. Again, no police department is going to deny anyone the right to sign a complaint. Okay. Oh, so the backstory is anybody in the comment section, let me know the backstory, because as I said, I wasn't following this. It's popping up on another liar. You know who should remind me of that football player, that girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend of that football player in West Palm Beach? If you know, remind me of the name. And she got on the stand and she was lying straight through. He was on court for like shooting. She sent her brothers over to his April 2021 shooting in Lake Pop. Another call.
So I'm packing this puppy welcome box for a
Sorry about that. Ooh, I tell you. Oh, what do you think the future is going to bring? What is it going to hold? Like, how is this going to happen? What do I think that? Well, I want to know to you guys. What do you guys think this is going to make? Are we going to see more men lives being destroyed by these type of women? Is something going to change? Are these men just going to stop dealing with these type of girls? Are they going to vet better? Is the laws going to change? Is it the law's gonna like be a more difficult for these type of lawsuits to happen? Like, what is going to change? Something has to change about this.
You know, in my honest opinion, Gigi, nothing is going to change if they don't stand up and fight for themselves. Okay, they have to fight. They after they get out of court, they win their case. They have to do like Carly do. Continue on, because let me tell you something. She just slapped another. They just slapped another thing on Tasha K for mentioning her name. So at the end of the day, you have to keep doing that. No, you're not trying to hurt the person, and you're not trying to make sure that you're not trying to keep them from eating, but you're trying to keep them from destroying you with lies. I could see if there was some truth, but there's no truth in this case whatsoever.
Well, do you mind? Do you mind if we talk about the Tasha K and Cardi B situation tomorrow here?
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't mind.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'll continue.
No, because this is just disgusting. It really is. It's really awful that she would try to ruin this young man's life, all because she was jealous and envy of the other women that he was sleeping with. You wasn't the prize. You were just a jump off. I don't understand women who chase a bag, who really think that men who paying you or buying you a bag or whatever, a purse or whatever you want, an outfit or whatever, you nails done, with hair done, whatever. I don't know what y'all think, that this man gonna run away with y'all and just want to wipe you up and make you the main source when you a hot girl summer like Meg. Come on now, they know what you are.
What is it? Crack? Is it that crack they on? So I can plan.
No, it's probably the cup water they own, girl. Because at the end of the day, it's crazy. You chasing a bag, a man's bag. Chase your own bag.
Yeah.
I get so tired of these type of women want to chase a man's bag, and they want to get mad at the man because the man he sleeps with you, but you thinking it's gonna be me and him. It's not you and him. It's you and him and everybody else. Y'all need to get y'all a shirt that says, "I'm not for everybody." That way you'll know, hey, bypass me. I'm not for everybody. I'm only for that person, that special person that God has designed for me.
Can we stop playing stupid, Tamala? I mean, this is really insulting. It's very insulting. Tamala, if I'm going to be a woman of standard and morals, right? And
Yes,
I talk to Stefon Diggs, he's an athlete. I
yes,
know 9 out of 10, he sleeps around. Most of them do. Okay.
absolutely.
So, with that being said, how is he talking? Is he being flirtatious? If he's being flirtatious, you have to set the record straight. Stop
She has
flirting.
to set the tone.
Stop flirting with him. Distance yourself from him. Say no, because in that man head, he wants a piece of you. And even if he says, okay, I respect you, I don't want a piece of you, you know that men like a challenge and men like to chase, and all you will be forever is a tease. So why even go there? Why don't you just go somewhere else and work professionally since you are professional? But the only reason why he hired you to get a freak off. And she even said they hooked up before she moved in and before she was hired. So therefore, her morals and values are at an all-time low. She
Yes.
put herself in this situation.
And where is her family? She never once can't say where her family is. Oh, I had nowhere to go. What do you mean you had nowhere to go?
She was
So
getting
you
paid $10,000 a week before she got with Stefon. She's not saving anything. She was getting paid $2,000 a week with Stefon, and she's not paying on rent or nothing. Give me a break. Go ahead, Tamala. Let's get the likes up, you guys.
it's just Gigi, it's just like I said, it's sad that women today chases a bag and not chase respect. You know what I'm saying? For themselves. Because chasing a bag is not everything when you can get your own bag. You say you're a talented chef, then okay, that should speak for you instead of you. She knew what it was. She knew what it was when she moved into the house. She knew. You think that man didn't tell her what it was? I'm gonna sleep with you, but I got this other stuff going on. You think he didn't
You don't
warn her
even
what was going
have
on?
Tamala, stop Tamala. Why do we have to play the bullshit? You you don't He don't even have to communicate that. She knows what's up. She is a college major. She's a psychologist. She studied abroad. You don't know what's going on. She know damn well that this was going on, and this is what she wanted. She wanted to be a jump off on the side. She wanted to collect the money and collect a check and just sit there. She didn't do shit but collect checks and money and did and
And make snacks
what
and
does
make
she have?
snacks
What does she have to show for it? What?
and make snacks.
Yeah, she's a joke. She's a joke.
I just Ed Smile ghosting you. She said, why did she walk in his room when she came home if she was so scared of him? You want to
She
answer
said
that?
that she had a freaky relationship with him, and she said she still have feelings.
Mhm. But you scared of him.
She ain't scared of that man. Those are all lies. She ain't scared of that man.
Yes. And then she said, this Smile ghosting you says, messing around with all these athletes, celebrity higher power is how you end up like poor Ashley. Janae, yes, absolutely. Someone else says the B Life Network Boss Life 1536 says group energy. Yes, it is. Groupie energy. Yes, it is. That's what it is.
All
Because
right.
she wants to be around everybody. She wants to be around everybody that he knows. She didn't say go to nobody she knew. And as if you work and you're a chef and you do other stuff and you had all these other clients. Why couldn't you reach out to some of them? What do you got to say, Gigi? Why couldn't she reach out to some of them?
I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Dog,
Okay.
you can't make this stuff. Exactly. She bringing up her ex-boyfriend like he ain't got what I got to do with anything. Listen, protect yourselves. Let's see if we can find another video.
I think that Stefon Diggs is the prime example.
All right, so I'm gonna get off hers and I'm gonna go here.
Let's talk about this criminal trial for NFL wide receiver and Cardi B's baby daddy, Stefon Diggs. And if you're trying to get caught up, let me give you the recap. So this is Jamila Adams, aka Mila, and on December 16, 2025, she walked into a Dedham County police station to report an alleged assault. But the assault she's reporting about happened 2 weeks earlier on December 2nd. Now, at first, Mila was hesitant to provide all of the details to the officer, but she eventually reveals that she was a private chef for Stefon Diggs, and that job included her living in his house. According to Mila, on the day of the incident, December 2nd, she and Diggs have been texting about money he owes her. At some point, he comes into her room angry over the text messages and smacked her, put his arm around her neck and choked her, threw her on the bed. And when she tries to again tell him that she just needed to be paid her money, he said, quote, lies, and then walked out. According to Mila, after this incident, she left Stefon's house to visit a friend in New York and then came back a week later to get her things. Now, when the officer asked Mila if she had any photos of the injuries from that day, she tells him she did have some redness that day, but she didn't take any pictures. Now, after giving her statement to police, Mila tells the officer she does not want to file a criminal complaint against Diggs. However, a few days later, she changes her mind and charges are filed.
Sir, if you please stand and face the jurors. Sir, you are placed at bar for the trial, charged with 1 count of strangulation or suffocation, in that it is alleged that on December 2nd, 2025, you did strangle or suffocate, as defined in General Laws, Chapter 265, Section 15D-A, Mila Adams, in violation of General Laws, Chapter 265, Section 15D-B, in 1 count of assault and battery, and that it is alleged that on December 2nd, 2025, that you did assault and beat Mila Adams in violation of General Laws, Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Okay, I'm going.
Women that he was sleeping with that worked with us, that worked with me, I was confronted by Mr. Diggs if I said these things. Mr. Diggs had a ongoing sexual relationship with Lindsay Bolin, and this person, she didn't like me, that fact that I was in the house.
So you mentioned Lindsay Bolton. Who's that person?
Lindsay Bolin, it works for Mr. Diggs. She sent me a message first, per his instruction, and called me a name, excuse my language, you guys, a bitch. And she just went on and on and on in this message about me.
Y'all thinking what I'm thinking? So that's Cardi, Mila, and Lindsay, minimum. So according to Mila, this issue between her and Lindsay leads into what happens on December 2nd. The background is Steph had previously planned for him, his staff, and his friends to head to Miami for Art Basel or Basel, whatever it is. But because of the issue between Mila and Lindsay, Mila gets uninvited. And December 2nd is the day she and Stefon had a conversation about it.
What were you doing that day?
Mr. Diggs came downstairs. He asked me what was I doing for the week. And I asked him, oh, so you weren't going to tell me that I wasn't able to come to Art Basel? And he explained why. And it was because of the situation with me and the other coworker, Lindsay Bolin. I was upset with him, not upset at the fact I couldn't go to Art Basel. Me and him have a relationship for over 4.5 years. He could have told me weeks ahead of time, because me and his girlfriend, Cardi B, we were talking about having like outfits and stuff. It was like a whole thing being planned, and he just waited till the last day.
You was planning outfits with Cardi while sleeping with Cardi's man. Child.
So I was more upset with him.
Go ahead, knock it down, Tamala.
That's why I told you that was an obsession. Come on, girl. And Cardi never once got on the stand to come in that courtroom to say any of this. That's why I knew it wasn't nothing but a lie. Because Cardi would have walked in and set the record straight. But she let her hang herself because she knew all that wasn't nothing but a lie. You and Cardi is not friends. She trying to get in there with everybody that he fooled with. And she talking about Lindsay didn't want her in the house. No, you didn't want Lindsay in the house. You was jealous of Lindsay. And that's why he didn't take you. Because he knew it was going to be a mess and a bad party if he would have took you.
Him not letting me know I wasn't going to come like at an earlier time.
Did you receive any text or send any text to Mr. Diggs?
No, the morning text that was in the morning. We had went back and forth. I was in the bedroom. Mr. Diggs, he comes in, he looks very angry. He was upset from the text exchange we were having. Was leaning against the dresser. He asked me to get up to come here. I got up off the bed and I came across to him and I stood in front of him, like I stood on the side of him. He was like, "What was all that shit you was talking?" And I was beginning to say, "You said," and I couldn't finish my statement and he smacked me. Right hand, right side of my face.
You know, which part of your face got hit?
The right side of my face. I went to try to like block him, like push him like this.
And then what happened?
And then he...
Navon, the #1 rated business travel platform.
Oh, all right. Thoughts? Where you at, Tamala?
Right here, Gigi. It was, I agree. I totally agree with Stevie Ray, 37. It was about the money. And just like CC Virgo said, she didn't want another additional woman. She did not want them. She did not want no other woman in there or to entertain him but her. And she thought she was going to go there with Cardi B and they were going to be friends. No, Cardi is just not that type of person. And she wasn't getting ready to be wearing no matching outfits. This is just crazy. That's why I said it's giving stalker vibes. It's giving stalker vibes and obsession all day long.
I think she didn't know her lane. She got beside herself. She overreached her position and she should have just stayed a shelf, but she overreached. But Stefon Diggs, he did not set the boundaries. You know, he allowed this to go on. He allowed people to play with him, you know, so you have to be very tight and strict. And if I was in his position, I wouldn't even I wouldn't have none of these motherfuckers living in my house, first of all. Okay. She will have to come and go. Okay. Then
Absolutely. I totally agree with you too.
Secondly, I would have a manager that she have to talk to. She would never talk to me. I would be one of those guys where you can't talk to me.
You're ghost.
You can't even say hi to me. My manager talks to me. If I have something to say to you, I tell my manager, and my manager will talk to you. And my manager, and that's just what it is. But you are not allowed to talk to me. You're not allowed to smile at me. You're not allowed to wave at me. Don't even look my direction.
Right.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, Gigi, like I said, this lady is a stalker. I mean, for real, I don't think this is going to be the end. I think that she's going to try something else, her way back to his house or go to his house, because you could tell.
She's gone to the blogs, girl. She been wanting to go to the blog. She want to talk. She want to tell her story. She's going to Tasha K. She's going to the blogs.
Even if she go to the blogs, she ain't got nothing to tell. Everything is out in the opening.
Girl, so she ain't really come up with some stories and lies, and you know they're gonna feed into it. Come on now.
Well, they might feed into it, but then that's a lawsuit. So if he step up and start doing like Cardi B and give him a lawsuit every time they mention his name, then he'll be a wealthy man. He ain't even got to play football. Because at the end of the day, that's what I would do if I was him. I step back like Carly did and regroup. Because that's exactly what she did. She stepped back from all that and regrouped, and then she went after that young lady. Because that lady knew Cardi B. Anybody that know Cardi is not going to fight while she's pregnant. She love her kids too much. So at the end of the day, I didn't believe that day one. And then you You have an iPhone, but you get rid of your iPhone like she got rid of her messages? Because your iPhone would have told the truth about you. Your phone, period, would have told the truth if they would have got the hard drive. That's why. That's why she got rid of hers. Okay. And this woman is deleting things. Okay. But she got a lot of information, but you're deleting what you said about this young man, calling him out of his name. He's a P. He's this. You talking big talk to him, but you didn't want them to know that.
Oh, that's provoking. He's provoking. She's
And
provoking.
that's what Shar Charles said. She said she was Shy Charles. I meant she said that she was provoking him, trying to provoke him, get a reaction, because she asked her, what did he say? Come on now, why would you ask that? You know what you was trying to do, push his buttons so he could explode on you, but he didn't.
She was probably going to record it and sue him then. I mean, this is all a setup.
Yes, it is. And that's why I say it's declamation of character. Because at the end of the day, she sabotaged his character, and I wouldn't let her get away with it. And then I will press charges. I will put charges, a lawsuit on the court system. I have to. I would have to. If I was him, that's the only way these professionals are going to have to protect themselves. I'm going to be honest with you. When I go to hotels, I record them. When I'm at the front desk, I record them. When I have a conversation with them and something is out of order, I record them. Because, and I don't, sometimes I let them know I'm recording, and sometimes I don't. I'll just lay my phone up on the counter and record everything. Because everywhere you go now, sometimes people talk to you low down and nasty, and you be trying to talk to them in, the right way, and all this other stuff go on. Then the first thing they want to say, oh, she was belligerent. Oh no, let me roll back this tape for you. No, you're not going to play that card. Oh, I'm belligerent, I'm intimidating. No, you're not going to play that, because that's what they like to play. So at the end of the day, people are going to have to start doing this. I don't care. You're going to have to protect yourself. And that's how you protect yourself. And that's the only way he's going to have to do is protect himself. Because see, all this information she put out, if they want to do an investigation, say, well, why are you paying these people in cash and not with a check or this or that? That looks weird. It looks very bizarre. You paying with cash and not, come on now, that's non-taxable money. You think the government won't go after you for that? So that's why I said Stefon Diggs need to pay attention to this. And if anything he's learned from Cardi, being around Cardi B, he better use it, because Cardi ain't no dummy. And if I was him, I would go back and beg for mercy and ask her to help me in that department, because Cardi wised up. And she's hitting them where it hurts at, their pockets. Because she know at the end of the day, I don't care if I have to retire, whatever, they can still I'm still in their pockets. I'm still in their pockets. Every time they mention my name, I'm still in their pockets. And that's what he's going to have to do. Because if he don't take this, let me tell you something, they'll have him in court again and again and again. Because for one, he should have all records of he paying her in a check. I don't care if it's an invoice, whatever, you got that. But you paid them with a check. Do not start paying them with no cash or anything like that, because that looks suspicious. And then they'll go back and say, oh, he didn't pay his taxes on that money because he paid them in cash. So then that's a tax fraud situation. So that's why I said he needs to watch himself. This is a warning from God for him to turn his whole situation around. He say he a believer, then he better start believing, because next time God gonna leave him to the wolves. I'm being honest with you, because this is really serious. This is really serious. Because the way she got up there, if you listen to her, oh yeah, he was with everybody in the house. Come on now. How did you get paid? That's what the prosecutor was more asked about. Well, how much did he pay you? What was he normal? Okay, you normally get paid what? Between $1,600 to $1,500. how long do it takes you to braid his hair? You know, all that stuff. They calculating all that. You think they ain't? That's why I said if he don't stop them, he'll be a fool. He'll be the laughing stock. He better listen to all these podcasts and figure it out. Because I'm telling you, this woman, it ain't the end. Watch what I tell you. It ain't the end. She gonna keep up another big mess with this man, and it's gonna go on until he put his foot down.
Mm. All right, honey. Well, we're going to wrap it up tonight. But thank you so much, Tamala, for, she was the one that gave me this idea to even go live tonight. I appreciate you, boo.
You welcome, Gigi. And just like Smile ghosting you said, she said the feds, that's tax money not counted for. See, that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that. She putting all that out there, trying to open the door for a federal case for this boy. If he don't pay attention to what God is trying to tell him, baby, he gonna be in a worse mess. He better pull back from all them he think are bad. How they feel. The ones you think that's no, you better go on and keep it moving. You better stick with Cardi or whoever you're gonna stick with and sit your butt down, because I'm telling you, this is a warning for him. This is a warning before
He need
destruction.
to get some therapy. He need to
Yeah.
get some therapy.
Yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
thank you, chat. Thank you all
Yeah,
who came
thank you,
in here.
Smile. Ghosting you. Thank you. It's
Yes,
CC. Thank you,
yes,
CB
and
Ray.
Stevie Ray, the rest of you guys in here, thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining in. Please join in again with us. We're going to keep you covered on Ashley and the rest. But at the end of the day, please lift us up also in prayer. We greatly appreciate it, and we thank you for being here. Have a
Yes, we
blessed
do.
day.
Have a blessed evening. All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
You like that? Bye.